This is a quick introduction to the control panel program of the TetraColor device. With this program you can have a full control over your TetraColors, and therefore you can have full control on your display that's attached to that device. You have multiple tabs here, each one of them has its own functionality. Some of them helps you to adjust and modify your color space or even create a new one. Some of them, like the select tab, allows you to select among multiple color spaces that you have prepared for your display. As you can see in this tab here, you have 5 color spaces. Um, each one of them is applied on the screen when you click on the button like that. This is an actual modification to the gamut of the display, the physical display itself, not the operating system or the graphics card. This is the actual display. Any of those color spaces was prepared and created by using the same program here, and you can create your own or modify any existing color space here. The word color space, the term color space, or gamut, both of them are interchangeably used in this program, and they almost mean the same thing. It's the gamut of your display. Let's assume you selected one of those color spaces here. You can use the adjust tab to adjust it based on its attribute. If you are familiar with HSL, something like that, if you see the red color lightness changes, the gamut of the display actually changes. It's the same for any other color or any other attribute, like the color blue. You move all of its saturation down or up. The same for adjust lab or adjust XYY. However, adjust lab and XYY have a very powerful feature that allows you to use the colorimeter, like the one attached to the display right now, to measure and have accurate adjustments. Um, as an example, in lab here, if you launch this dialog here, you can place it underneath the attached colorimeter and initialize it and start the measuring. It will need some samples, so it will rotate through those samples, and eventually it will display the gamut in black color here. The red color gamut here is sRGB standard gamut, and the blue is the Adobe standard gamut, and this black one that was just drawn here is your display gamut. This is a modified gamut. This is not the original gamut. The gamut of this display happened to be Wide-gamut. That's why I chose Wide-gamut CCFL here. Any adjustments you make here, for example, if you work with lab, you have the A and B axis to control the chromaticity of the color, and L to control the luminosity of the color. So if you move the red, for example, towards the green from this point a little bit further to the left, you are using this slider here, and you can see the changes on the screen. You can compare between these changes and the original. Also, you can move the red color down towards the blue like that. So you have, and you can also on this color wheel here all the changes, reset and do it again. And the drawing of your gamut here, the plotting of your gamut will change accordingly, so the colorimeter will grasp the new samples and will redraw your new gamut. Let's push this gamut all the way to the maximum, so the blue, so the red all the way to the right and to the top, and its luminance to the maximum. The green is the same, all the way to the left, to the top, luminance to the maximum. The blue to the right, to the bottom, and it has already its maximum there. As you can see, this is already a wide gamut display, and once the colorimeter gets all the samples, it will redisplay the gamut in a black color, which is wider even than Adobe RGB. And we will see some options here to make you able to control your display to adhere to certain standard like the sRGB or the Adobe RGB. Let's dismiss this dialog for now. and move to adjust X, Y, Y. It's the same thing. You can move any point like the red towards the green, for example, by using this ready button, and you can see that the screen becomes a lot yellowish. Every red on the screen becomes yellow. Same thing if you move the blue towards the red, like that. Every blue on the screen becomes magenta. There's no blue anymore on the screen. Another example, if you move the green towards the blue, every green becomes cyan, so there's no green anymore here. All the screen, all the gamut will have only cyan, there's no green anymore. Adjustments based of course on whatever you want to do with your gamut, how you want to adjust it in any way. So this gives you a full control. If you launch the colorimeter dialog from here, it will launch in the same way, but it will draw a different shape, which is this triangle that you usually see on the chromaticity diagram. Adjust XYY, adjust lab, or adjust HSL are very powerful features. I will go through other tabs in another video. Thank you.